President Trump unleashed and on the attack. In a freewheeling face-off with reporters, the president said that DOJ Inspector General report, which sharply criticizes former FBI Director James Comey and the FBI, lets him off the hook.
There was no collusion. There was no obstruction. The IG report yesterday went a long way to show that.
But that's misleading. The report was only about the FBI's handling of the Clinton email investigation, not the Russia probe. Still, the president slamming the IG report's finding that politics didn't play a role.
It was a pretty good report. And then I say that the IG blew it at the very end with that statement.
All of it fodder as the president sharpens his attacks against special counsel Robert Mueller. Last night, his attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said Mueller's investigation should be suspended. Are you thinking of suspending Mueller?
I think that whole investigation now is look, the problem with the Mueller investigation is everybody's got massive conflicts.
The president changing his tune on fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
Some people say he lied, and some people say he didn't lie. I mean, really, it turned out maybe he didn't lie.
But that's a major shift. The president said he fired Flynn for lying, and Flynn later pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his contacts with Russian officials. The president pressed on his former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, and reports Cohen's considering cooperating with federal investigators.
You worried that Michael Cohen might flip?
Look, I did nothing wrong. You have to understand. This stuff would have come out a long time ago.
It comes just days after the president struck a deal with North Korea to denuclearize. Today, reporters pressed him on why he has been praising a brutal dictator.
You know why? Because I don't want to see a nuclear weapon destroy you and your family.
And the president raising eyebrows with this comment.
He's the head of a country, and I mean he's the strong head. Don't let anyone think anything different. He speaks and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
But the fact is, North Korea is a totalitarian regime where dissent isn't tolerated. When challenged, Mr. Trump tried to laugh it off.
I'm kidding. You don't understand sarcasm.
President weighing in on the immigration crisis engulfing his administration, with thousands of children separated from their parents at the border.
No, I hate it. I hate the children being taken away. The Democrats have to change their law. That's their law.
But nothing in the law requires the administration to separate children from their parents.
But there's no law that says that families have to be separated at the border.
The Democrats gave us the laws. Now, I want the laws to be beautiful, humane, but strong.
Now, while the president is blaming Democrats for the border crisis, it's Republicans who control both chambers of Congress, Lester.
Kristen, for a president who holds reporters and the press in such low regard, he seems to be spending an awful lot of time in front of the cameras. How did he end up there where you are in the North Lawn today?
Lester, it was just wild. This is not an area the president spends any time whatsoever. So to see him walk up the driveway behind me was remarkable. And we were just inches away from him during the entire back and forth. Now, the president did have a clear strategy. He wanted to control the narrative on a day of mixed headlines. But Lester, it was just unprecedented.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.